All right, crypto fans, buckle up. Bitcoin Bulletin is live and we've got a packed show. First, Ethereum futures volume is absolutely exploding, even surpassing Bitcoin on Cboe. What does this mean for ETH's dominance? Then, get ready, because 4 massive central bank moves could be the catalyst for Bitcoin to blast off to $150,000. We're talking Fed, ECB, BOJ, and more. Next, a critical indicator is flashing red, signaling Bitcoin is entering a phase of extreme volatility. Are we heading for a record-breaking rally or a shocking reversal? And finally, Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, but experts are hinting at a potential consolidation phase. You do not want to miss this. Hit that like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss a single update. Ethereum futures shatter records, outpacing Bitcoin. This is huge news for Ethereum. For the first time in months, Ethereum futures trading volume has surged past Bitcoin's, hitting an astonishing $49.4 billion in just 24 hours, dwarfing Bitcoin's $42.9 billion. This massive shift, highlighted by Coinanalyze, signals a dramatic change in investor sentiment, with ETH now firmly positioned as the altcoin of choice for Q4. Analysts are pointing to Ethereum's resilience, with a year-to-date gain of 31% compared to Bitcoin's 19%, and its recent price breakout above the critical $4,089 range, now hovering near $4,300. With strong technicals and increasing institutional interest, fueled in part by the upcoming long-term regulated futures contracts from Cboe, the target is now set on $7,000.500. Meanwhile, the meme coin sensation Bullzilla is capturing retail attention with over 23.4 billion tokens sold in its presale, showcasing strong community-driven momentum alongside institutional focus on Ethereum. This dynamic shows 2 powerful narratives unfolding simultaneously in the crypto space. But will this institutional surge for Ethereum be enough to sustain its momentum? Stay tuned as we break down exactly how 4 major central bank decisions could send Bitcoin soaring towards $150,000. Central bank dominoes could trigger Bitcoin's $150K rally. Get ready, because the global financial landscape is shifting, and it could be a massive catalyst for Bitcoin. We're looking at 4 key central bank moves that have the potential to inject massive liquidity into the system, paving the way for Bitcoin to potentially smash past $150,000. First up, the Federal Reserve is widely expected to cut interest rates in September, and they've already slowed quantitative tightening, increasing liquidity. Following suit, the European Central Bank could implement further rate cuts if growth cools, boosting credit and global liquidity. Then, there's the Bank of Japan, which, despite normalizing rates, has signaled flexibility to increase bond buying if needed to manage yield spikes. Finally, other developed economies like Sweden and New Zealand are also positioned for more rate cuts, signaling a general trend towards easier monetary policy. This coordinated easing across major economies historically correlates with increased investor appetite for risk assets like Bitcoin. As liquidity expands, the opportunity cost of holding volatile assets decreases, making Bitcoin a more attractive investment. The market is treating Bitcoin as a liquidity-sensitive asset, and these policy shifts could provide the perfect storm for an explosive rally. But as central banks ease, one critical indicator is flashing a warning sign for Bitcoin's immediate future. We're diving deep into the Bollinger Bands and what their historic tightness means for Bitcoin's next major move. Bitcoin's volatility indicator hits historic lows. Prepare for turbulence. A key technical indicator is signaling that Bitcoin is entering a phase of extreme volatility. The Bollinger Bands on Bitcoin's monthly chart have reached their tightest level ever, a historical precursor to massive price swings. Technical analysts like Matthew Hyland and Crypto Caesar are pointing to this extreme compression as a sign that Bitcoin could be on the verge of a monumental move, potentially leading to a turbulent rally in Q4. Past contractions of these bands in 2012, 2016, and 2020 all preceded explosive price growth, and the current situation is even more compressed, suggesting the potential for the largest move in Bitcoin's history. While the direction isn't guaranteed, the trend suggests a continuation of upward momentum, with analysts eyeing new highs. However, the market is also closely watching U.S. macroeconomic data, particularly the upcoming Consumer Price Index report and the Federal Reserve's September 17 meeting. A significant rate cut, especially a 50 basis point reduction, could send cryptocurrencies soaring above previous highs, though Goldman Sachs CEO David Solomon deems such a large cut unlikely, anticipating a more conservative 25 basis point reduction. Even with these volatility signals, Bitcoin recently surged to $114,000 following U.S. inflation data. But what does this mean for its price trajectory in the immediate aftermath of hitting an all-time high? Bitcoin consolidates after record-breaking rally. Bitcoin has reached an incredible milestone, hitting $114,000 and an all-time high in mid-August. But after such a monumental surge, experts are now hinting at a period of consolidation. This isn't uncommon after significant price discovery. The market often takes a breather to digest the gains and establish new support levels before potentially embarking on the next leg of its upward journey. This consolidation phase is crucial for building a stronger foundation for future price appreciation. While the immediate focus might be on sideways movement, the underlying factors that drove Bitcoin to its new heights, including increasing institutional adoption and positive macroeconomic indicators, remain in play. Investors are closely monitoring key economic data releases and the Federal Reserve's policy decisions, which could influence Bitcoin's short-term direction. The market is dynamic, and while consolidation is expected, the long-term outlook for Bitcoin remains exceptionally strong. That's all the headlines for today, but don't go anywhere. We've got a lightning round recap of all today's top stories and your complete call to action. And that's a wrap on today's Bitcoin Bulletin. We saw Ethereum futures volume surge past Bitcoin's, signaling ETH's growing dominance. 4 central bank moves are poised to potentially fuel Bitcoin's rally towards $150,000. A critical indicator suggests Bitcoin is entering a phase of extreme volatility, and after hitting new highs, Bitcoin is hinting at consolidation. Don't miss out on any of these critical updates. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, smash the like button, and tell us your thoughts in the comments below. Follow us on all social platforms for real-time news. We'll see you next time.